All right, good morning everyone. Today is March 16th, 2023. Today I decided to do a little bit of a road trip to Primm, Nevada. It's about 8:18 in the morning, and of course, no morning commute would be complete without the usual morning rush hour. So there is traffic absolutely up the ass, and I have not even gotten on the freaking freeway yet. So that's where I came from that direction over there. Currently stuck on the on-ramp to go to the I-15 heading south. So yeah, there's a ton of traffic. I don't know if you can see that behind me, but there's a lot of cars just turning around. They're saying, fuck that, we're not gonna go through this shit. So I have no idea when I'm gonna get to Primm, Nevada. There is this art installation known as Seven Magic Mountains that I want to check out. It's about halfway between Vegas and Primm, so whenever I get there I want to stop by and check that out. All right, current time 8:35, still stuck in traffic, and as you can see, it's gotten so bad a lot of people have opted to drive in the shoulder lane over here. So you can see a lot of the cars coming up behind. They're saying I'm done. So yeah, crash after Lake Mead, left lanes blocked is what that says. Time 8:41, not much progress has been made. I've gone about maybe, I don't know, 50 feet in about 30 minutes or so. So I'm just gonna chug along, go through the freeway, head south on the I-15, which takes you all the way to Los Angeles if you so choose, but I'm not gonna be doing that. I'm just gonna be making those two stops today. I'm recording this footage on a 1999 Sony Handycam. It runs on high 8mm tape, and it's obsolete technology, you know, to put it bluntly, but I like the aesthetic of it. I want to see what daily life looks like through the eyes of a camcorder through 8mm film. Maybe in the future I'll do more content like this, just kind of filming whatever comes to mind, daily life, stuff that I find interesting and whatnot. 10:11, so it took about an hour of traffic. So I left the house about 8:15 and was in traffic for about a good hour. The left lane was blocked. Somebody definitely got into a car accident, but we are here at Seven Magic Mountains, way off in the distance. It's not too crowded, so let me just get out of my car here. This is it right here. It's a little windy today, but the weather is a lot nicer than how it's been the past couple days. It was raining and storming. A little bit of clouds today, but still overall pretty sunny. And there's the Seven Magic Mountains off in the distance. So that's where we are going to head off to. And this is located about 20 minutes or so outside of Las Vegas. And it's in between Vegas and Primm. Without traffic, ideally it is 20 minutes, but as the earlier footage shows, I was stuck in traffic for a good hour going from North Las Vegas to out here. But the whole purpose of this art installation is just the fact that it's out in really the middle of nowhere. Out in the distance you have the I-15, people zipping in between Vegas and probably all the way to Los Angeles. And in between that, you don't really stop unless you want to get gas or stop for food. Not many people ever really stop and go out in the desert. So this art installation kind of gives people a purpose to do that. The rocks themselves are pretty nice. They're obviously very colorful rocks that have been placed out here. I'm not sure where they got the rocks from, but I would assume they probably outsourced it from somewhere else, because these rocks, they stand out from what's kind of around here. And it's pretty obvious that they're painted very vibrant colors, so as you're zipping by the I-15, you can clearly see it. And it's really a unique art installation. I mean, obviously you're not going to see painted rocks out in nature, let alone stacked on top of each other. So this is a very popular spot for people visiting Vegas, or people from Vegas going out to California, going out to Los Angeles. I'm not going to be making the trip to Los Angeles. It's a little bit of a drive. It's about 4 to 5 hours without traffic, but as you can see, let me get a good shot. There it is. Sun's kind of in the way, so I'll probably go around. And I'm not sure how the audio is going to turn out, because it is pretty windy today. So I'm going to pan around from the freeway. So that's the parking lot way over there. That's where I parked. And if you look around, follow the I-15, it's just nothing but desert. People at the base of the Seven Magic Mountains to kind of give a sense of scale. And I believe this opened originally in 2018 or 2017, and it was meant to only be open for about a year or two, but the location got pretty popular, and so I believe the artists, or at least the agency representing the artist, whose name I forget, but it's on the plaque. I guess they renewed the lease for another couple more years, up until 2020, 2021, and looks like they renewed it again for at least up until 2027, I think. So these are going to be out here for much, much longer. And I don't know who comes out here, but they will repaint the rocks if they end up being a little faded. So you can kind of see there's some paint chipping off here, but they will repaint these, I believe, every year, once a year or so, if not more often, because they are out in the middle of the desert too, so you have the wind, you have the rain, you have the sun that just bleaches the color. I think I'm going to be closing up this portion of the video and continue on my journey to Primm. So Primm is another stop between Los Angeles and Las Vegas, and it's kind of like another place that you can stop and get gas and food, but there are some places you can check out in Primm. There is a casino, so Primm is like out there. There's also Jean, Nevada, but Jean is even more barren than Primm, Nevada is. But there is a mall in Primm, and there is also a casino, believe it or not. So I'm gonna start heading back to the car, and we'll make our way out there. But what's interesting about the mall is you can still go inside of it. It opens at 10. I think the time is about 10:24, so they're definitely open. And the mall's not quite abandoned, but it's definitely not popular either. Not too many people go inside of it, because truthfully, if you are going from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, you're not going to be stopping in the mall. So yeah, there goes the name of the artist, Ugo Rondinone, if I'm pronouncing that right. So he's from Switzerland. Get one more final shot of the mountains way off in the distance over there. And that's the road I took to come in here, so that's facing north. Las Vegas is just right in that direction over the hills. And this is actually Las Vegas Boulevard, believe it or not. It connects all the way to the Vegas Boulevard that goes all the way through the Strip. So if you wanted to, you could take that and just go down south, avoid the freeway, and just come out here. We have arrived in Primm, Nevada, and standing in front of the Prism Shopping Center mall. It's gone through a couple name changes. Prism Outlet Mall is kind of the name to stay. Parking lot's kind of empty, so if you look around, there's a couple cars, but not a whole lot. Got some eating establishments, got a Carl's Jr. over there, Taco Bell, got some Mexican food over there, and then way off in the distance, you can kind of see the Buffalo Bills casino sign right over there. Has a roller coaster going through it, but I don't think it's been in operation for quite some time. And right next to the mall, there's also, I guess, a thrift shop called Sandy Thrift. I didn't know that existed. And then next to that, there's also Primm Valley Resort. So Buffalo Bills is open. The roller coaster is not. And I believe it opened up earlier this year. All right, the wind's kind of died down. But right here, I believe is the mall entrance. We have a sign here for the mall hours. So not too many people come out here. So they do have an open sign saying that we are open, but there's only about 4 stores that are open. And there's also a food court. So they're letting people know that even though not a lot of people come here, that it is a place you can shop. So it opens at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And the whole reason that I came out here was because this mall is open, and it's not quite abandoned, but it's that kind of place that you would expect there to be a lot of people. Like, it's built for people. It's a mall, obviously. And because, whoops, my hand was in the way. And because there's not a whole lot of people, it kind of has like a strange vibe to it. So it's open, you can walk in, but you're pretty much going to be the only person. And it goes back to the idea of like liminal spaces. There's different definitions for liminal spaces. Some people think it's nostalgia based. Other people think it's about empty locations, which is the definition I'm going to go off of for this type of liminal space. Is kind of like a place that you would expect there to be people, but there's not that many people. So we'll check it out. I did my due diligence online, kind of looking around to make sure I can actually film. And as far as I can tell, you can film, so I shouldn't have any problems. If they do say, hey, no filming, then we won't film. So we'll just check it out, see just how empty it is. Right in the front of the casino, because there's a casino and a mall entrance over here. Doesn't say anything that it's closed, so you might be able to go in through there and check out the mall. And there's some people walking inside over there. And I guess that's the valet awning kind of area. There are some people parked out in the front over here. I kind of parked in the front of the casino. Didn't really know where to park, so I just kind of took a guess. Got a gas station over there. And Primm is in a pretty cool spot. It's right on the border of Nevada and California. We are still on the Nevada side. We got the Nevada flag, and obviously the flag of the United States right there. But if you go over there, whoops, let me zoom back in. If you go over there heading south, you'll soon cross over into California. And funny enough, on the California side, there is actually just this one building, and it's called the California Lottery Building, something like that. And it's exactly what it is. You just buy lottery tickets if you're from Nevada or Las Vegas, because currently, as of now, there is no lottery in Nevada. And I just saw this monorail. Yeah, that's really cool. Monorail's just chilling there. I don't know how long it's been out of commission for, but this is the monorail track. I guess before you would actually take the ramp, and this would connect you to all the casinos, it goes across the I-15, across the way to Whiskey Pete's, and I don't know if it would connect you to Buffalo Bill's right over there, but maybe it would have. All right, I'm out in the parking lot in front of the Prim Valley Resort and Casino. So this is kind of the valet area. You have the entrance to the casino, and then you have a self-park garage over here for the guests, and then you have Sky Bridge right over there. It's a Thursday, not at all busy. It's really empty. So a lot of the businesses here, a lot of the casinos don't do too hot, because this is just a in-between stop. As you can see over there, people come here to fill up. You have a Chevron across the way. People just come here for gas, maybe some food. If you want food, there's McDonald's over there. So you're not going to be stopping here for too long. This is mainly for, I guess, Vegas locals who, for whatever reason, don't want to be in Vegas to gamble, so they can come out here to the 2 or 3 casinos that are open and do their gambling and whatnot. And something just caught my eye. So the gas out here is $5.73 compared to in Vegas, where it was about $4.30 at the most. And we're not even in California. That Chevron is still on the Nevada side, and it's already at $5.73, which is insane for gas. It's such a jump. What I really came out here for was the mall. And then going back to what I was saying about the place being empty, it's open, but not many people come out here for shopping. It's a common theme, but somehow they're still able to keep the mall open. And while it is a mall, it's almost also an urban art type of exhibit. So there's different paintings and murals, spray paints, whatnot, from various artists from, I think, around the globe, around the nation, who were commissioned to do artworks out here. And so we'll check that out coming up on the entrance right here. So I'll see you on the inside. All right, I have just stepped inside of the mall/casino entrance, and right away you're greeted by an empty escalator. Really strange. You can kind of hear some music from the, I believe, the mall. So when you walk in through this entrance, you're greeted by this opening, and it's really neat. And the fact that there's hardly anybody here just gives it kind of like an extra creepy vibe to it, but it's also strangely beautiful. And the mall is to your right over there. And then if you go over here, you got the casino to your left. And it looks like everything's operational. You can still gamble if you choose to. Got a Bonkers Comedy Club. There's some relics from Bonnie and Clyde. I believe Whiskey Pete's has the actual car that they were shot down in. But I was not expecting to see this, so this is really cool. We got the Bonnie and Clyde collection. And then right behind me, another part of the collection of a timeline of Bonnie and Clyde, highlighting the heists and troubles they got into before their ultimate demise on May 23rd of 1934. So there's the casino over there. I'm not going to go too much into it. But this is kind of themed similarly to the Orleans in Vegas, where they have a Louisiana, New Orleans, French type of design, Mardi Gras-esque. But it's just crazy the fact that you can walk in here. Let me walk back over here. They have a TV monitor speaking, but it's just crazy that you can actually walk in here and it's just empty, but it's not abandoned, so you're not going to get trespassed. Now, obviously, don't do anything dumb and, you know, steal things or anything like that, and you'll be fine. But it almost feels like I shouldn't be here, but doors were open and walked right in, so we have more images of Bonnie and Clyde collection. Gonna kind of walk around here, walk around to the other side. Have a newspaper article. Clyde and Bonnie die in barrage of gunfire from officers in Louisiana. So that might actually explain kind of the design choice for this mall slash casino and why they chose to house the Bonnie and Clyde memorabilia and all that. And it appears this is a real newspaper article. Has all the damage you would expect, and you can see me. Hello. So really cool. Never been inside of this portion of Prim. Just like everyone else, I've always just driven through and never thought much except like, oh hey, there's a mall. And it's always just kind of been like that. So I think I'm just gonna walk around here. Whole mall is pretty much empty. So just gonna walk around and do a little urban exploring. All right. So that about concludes walking through the mall. Definitely an eerie experience, to say the least. There were a couple people. I might have captured them in the background, but my intention was to just really film the eeriness of an empty mall. So it's more or less an art display at this point, because not many people shop through here. And then in the Prim Valley Casino Resorts, that's where they have the Bonnie and Clyde pieces. I believe they might be scattered throughout the 3 casinos, so Buffalo Bill's, Prim Valley, and Whiskey Pete's. I think Whiskey Pete's has the car that was shot up. I'm thinking about kind of walking through the casino. I'm probably not going to film as much because that's kind of a place where people just want to be left alone. They want to gamble, so we'll respect that. But if I do end up finding the car, I will definitely film that. But going back to the mall itself, lots of artwork from various artists, large murals, mainly things like graffiti and spray paint throughout the mall. They even have a dedicated art walkway. And there were about 4 shops open in the other portion of the mall, which really isn't much. There were a lot of empty buildings that were covered up, so you couldn't really look inside. I did look inside of a couple just to see the emptiness of it. And in addition to that, you have the music kind of echoing throughout an empty casino, adding to the creepiness of it all. But anyways, I'm going to walk through the casino, and if I see anything interesting, I will pick up filming. So yeah, we'll go from there. All right, so I just got done walking through the Prim Valley Casino, and there wasn't much to film. It was pretty much the same as kind of what was already shown in the mall. Very empty. There were a little bit more people at the machines gambling and whatnot, so I didn't want to film and kind of invade their privacy, so I just walked around and tried to see if there was anything else film worthy, but I didn't really see anything. There was definitely no Bonnie and Clyde car. So now we're just back outside and I'm gonna take the long way back to my car. I did say I was gonna check out just this part of Prim, but I might actually go into Whiskey Pete's, which is just right across the way over there. You can kind of see the sign behind that tree. My car is right over there. And also in that direction is the lottery. So there's the sign. Got the lottery store, that's the name of it. And right where that sign is, that is California. So, whoop, let me zoom back out. Kind of disorienting. But maybe I'll be able to walk into California. And we'll stay in California for a couple minutes. Another interesting thing was the power plant way out there. So that's the solar panel farm. All the solar panels just collect the sunlight and they concentrate it on that tower right over there. And I believe it heats up water, heats up something, generates power. Today's a sunny day, so it's a really good opportunity to harvest sunlight. If it was yesterday or the day before, it would have been definitely too cloudy to collect sunlight. And I guess birds will fly over that too, and when they do, it's basically instant incineration. They just burn up and fall from the sky. There's another one over there. Let me see if I can get a good angle. So yeah, that one's not in operation today. But you can see that one's not in operation. The solar panels right there. Got the I-15 going in front of it. Everyone going to California or going to Las Vegas, way over there. Right over here is the lottery building, which is full of cars. It's usually pretty popular, and whenever there's about to be a big lottery hit on Mega Bucks or one of those, there will be a line out the door literally, and it will circle around the entire building. So I guess I lied when I said that people come out here for gas or for food. People also come out here for lottery tickets. There's no marker for where the state line is, but I'm going to assume that by now I am definitely in California. So that side is Nevada. Checked out that entrance. They're doing some landscaping. And now we are on the California side. So this is the building right here. I'm going through the back way, and I'll probably work my way around. Like I said, this lot will be at its brink when there is a big Mega Bucks hit about to happen. But yeah, that is the freeway. This is a pretty good shot right here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. So yep, that will take you all the way to California. There goes that sign again, the lottery store. Ooh, got squeaky brakes. But this is the entrance right here, so if you want to buy your lottery tickets, you just go in through this entrance. All right, so we just walked by the lottery store. And I'm gonna head on back to my car. We'll check out Whiskey Pete's. All right, currently sitting in my car and just pulled up to the casino, Whiskey Pete's. I'm gonna kind of walk around. Probably won't film as much just because it is pretty much a casino. Not much exciting. It's not like a casino on the strip or anything. So just gonna walk in, find the car, record it real quick, and then pretty much just be on my way. There is a cool hatchback over there. That's pretty neat. I want to say probably 70, 60, something like that. But that's the entrance, and I'm gonna head inside. So let's find the car. All Alright, so I'm standing inside the Whiskey Pete's casino. It's pretty much what you expect from a casino, but they do have kind of this on the wall, and they titled it How Vegas Was Made, so it gives a timeline from 1931, legalized gambling, to Whiskey Pete opening in 1933, and it just goes down the timeline from the 40s to the 50s, and then it goes into the 70s, into the 80s, and ends with 1999. All right, so back outside Whiskey Pete's. So I guess the online source that said it was here was wrong. It's actually at Buffalo Bills, so we're gonna go back across the way to Buffalo Bills. So it's kind of funny, I didn't have any intention to go to all three casinos, but looks like I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna head on over to Buffalo Bills again. You see it off in the distance above my car there. And we'll check out the Bonnie and Clyde car. All right, just got out of my car, and there is Buffalo Bills. Once again, obscured by trees. I don't know why that's always been the case. They have a roller coaster here, and it's still intact even though it is not operational, and I don't know when the last time they operated it, but it's a cool theming, you know, Buffalo Bills, kind of Western themed. So they kept everything intact with the theming, but it's just no longer an attraction. So you got the mountain over here where the roller coaster would go through. So maybe one day in the future, whenever, you know, things pick up, if things ever do pick up over here, they'll reopen it. But there's the Buffalo Bills sign. You can actually see it clearly from here. There goes the hotel casino entrance. Gonna pop in through there. All right, so here is the Bonnie and Clyde car. And funny enough, in the front, there's some appropriately themed slot machines called Bonnie and Clyde. If you look at the wheels right here, you got some Tommy guns, Bonnie and Clyde, some more Tommy guns. Because it accepts tickets and bills. But this, of course, is the main attraction. So we'll kind of just walk around here. So here we have the tires. Rubber's kind of faded. You can see it cracking right there. Step back a little bit here. Make sure I don't bump into anything, but here is the side view of the Bonnie and Clyde car. And I kind of captured when I was over in the front. You had the mannequins to represent Bonnie and Clyde. Now for close-up detail, you can see some bullet holes. And shattered glass. You got some more bullet holes in the back window right there. And then the very back window is shattered, of course. So I don't know if this is the original car, but if it isn't and it's somehow a replica, it's a really, really detailed job, as you can see on the hubcap. States that it's a V8. You got the faded paint, got the dust and everything. And of course, the Bonnie and Clyde car. So I'm gonna swing around to the other side. Here it is on the other side. So we have another view of the mannequin. So on the other side we had Bonnie, and then here we have Clyde on the left side of the vehicle. And once again, got plenty of bullet holes. Zoom in on those. Not as much shattered glass as the other side. The Back panel still intact. And then more Bonnie and Clyde themed slot machines all around here. Get another view of the mannequins. It's really neat. So if you look around the entire place, they have these fake trees. They have railroad tracks going all along here. Some more trees. And they have miners, prospectors. Got the push train tracks, or the push train cart. And they even have another piece of memorabilia. I want to say this is probably Clyde's shirt. I'm not sure. There's not really a sign anywhere. It just says Bonnie and Clyde Collection. Oh, here we go. So I got a certificate of authenticity. So certifies the garment is the authentic shirt worn by Clyde Barrow at the end of his death of May 23rd, 1934 in an ambush near Gibbsland, Louisiana. So this is the shirt he was ultimately killed in. So you can see the bullet holes in the back right there. And of course on the arm and on top right here. So pretty brutal death. But of course when you go on a crime spree across America, the love of your life, what can you expect, right? Really tattered. I would assume he was probably shot a lot of times there. Cloth is completely ripped apart. And some more bullet holes. And then over here is what would have been a river. There's no longer water flowing through it. I would assume to save money, but you still have the props here. So we have a miner climbing a tree. And I believe there's actually coins down here. So even though there is no water, the coins are still down there. And if you look even closer, you can see plenty of cigarette butts. So I guess this would go all the way through the casino. Yeah, plenty of bridges going over it. Got the food court to my right. And yeah, the river would just kind of snake through the entire casino. Got another gunslinger right there. More coins thrown about. And then right in the middle of the casino, there's this giant tree in the middle, circular bar. And right here is a Mexican food place, and of course you have the food court over there, Panda Express and other places. I don't want to interrupt people eating, so I'm not going to film too much over there. But just kind of following the river through the casino. Got additional props, got a dimly lit lantern right there. Another prop got dynamite crates. And just another angle right here. And the river continues on through here. Got some more bridges, and that bridge will take you to the Vaqueros Buffet. And there's some pretty neat rock textures. Got some houses and outhouses there. Miniatures kind of give the illusion of depth. Got some foreshortening going on. It just kind of goes all along there. Got murals and paintings to kind of give that Midwestern, or not Midwestern, but Western kind of vibe. You know, cacti, dead trees, dead shrubs, things like that. All right, so just walked through the Buffalo Bills casino, and out of the three, this one is definitely more lively. There's a lot more going on, a lot more to see, and I feel like the theming is a little bit stronger too. Even though it doesn't have that river anymore, they still kept all the props intact. and definitely gives it that Western type of vibe to it that they want to uphold. And out of the three, I'd probably say Prim Valley was the emptiest. They have a decent theme. You know, they want to go with the New Orleans, Louisiana vibe to it. They just don't have the people. So it's cool to check this out. Never been inside of here before. So just gonna make my way back to the car and drive back to Vegas. Like I said, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this footage. The biggest thing was just to check out the mall, check out the weird ambiance of it, since it's so empty for a mall. Definitely use that footage. Of course, this is 8mm film, so I gotta process it, and that's a whole thing, whole process in of itself. But here we are, back in the car, so I'm gonna cut it here.